So my research is to develop light-based technologies to solve the challenges that are encountered by clinicians or biologists or scientists. And so what we do is we first, our research starts with a conversation with somebody explaining how they do things now and how they wish it could be different. And then based on their needs, we design a system that would be appropriate for what they need. And in general, we apply these technologies to detection, diagnosis, monitoring, or treatment of disease. And this could be in the clinical realm or in a biology lab. So for example, we've developed a system where we can use a specialized fluorescent probe to detect Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and this is the causative agent or the pathogen that leads to tuberculosis. And we can do this by passing an optical fiber or light guide down into the lungs through the airway to detect fluorescence from the bacteria in the lungs. And this can be done, it makes it a much more rapid detection system, and it can be give you an immediate result rather than having to culture the bacteria, which can take 8 to 10 weeks to culture. We also have a research project where we're developing optical imaging tools that basically provide microscopy inside the body, and we're applying this to early detection of cancer. And so instead of removing tissue from the body and putting it on a microscope after cutting it up, we're trying to develop miniaturized microscopes that can go inside the body and image the cells in the tissue and be able to give the same morphological features that you would get on a traditional microscope, but to do it without removing tissue. So one main advantage of optical technologies is that they are non-invasive, so you don't have to remove things from the body. You can detect things in the body. They also are very low cost, and they're inherently safe compared to some other technologies as well. My general teaching philosophy is learn by doing, and so I'm very fortunate that I teach a lab-based course where the students learn by building with their hands and figuring things out for themselves and troubleshooting. And so rather than just conveying information to them, they have to apply it. And I always use that application so that they retain the knowledge that they're given in class. I try to teach them to keep the end goal in mind. It's not so important that you get the good grade on this one assignment, but that you're learning the skills and the knowledge that are needed for your next endeavor, whether it's your job or your career or your long-term goal, but trying to figure out what is important about what you're doing now that will help you get to the next level. I love the learning environment at Texas A&M, the interactions between the students and the faculty, and just the scale and the scope of this university, where it's really a nurturing environment for students, but on a scale where we can really affect a large number of students.